Ready to spectate. Predictions. You say purple team doesn't have any AP. I mean, they don't have a hard AP carry like Ziggs.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, yeah, Lulu does have high base damage, and looking at their entire team comp, I also see the fact of they have high dive potential, mainly off of Renekton and Jarvan.
And Lee Sin.
Either of those two, yeah. If any of those three get into the back line, Lulu can immediately pop her wild growth and just knock everybody straight up. And during that time, they're also going to have the entire enemy team slowed, whoever's around that target. And they're going to be trying to dive that back line no matter what. Like, Akali probably going to be trying to go ham. Hopefully they have enough peel coming from Lulu or whoever else they feel like sending to the back line to deal with that Akali, because Akali, if she gets to Jinx, will just blow her up. And then there's also the Shen pick. The Shen pick is a really safe pick, mainly because the Shen can actually peel off a lot easier than most of the champions, and he also has that split push potential because he has that ulti alongside he's also holding over teleport. Pretty much, let's just say, Shen is split pushing bot lane while his team is taking care of top lane. If he's sitting there bot lane and he brings the attention to somebody, whether it be Jarvan, Lee Sin, Jinx, or anybody, and brings them down, he can either activate his teleport to go over to his team, or he can use his ulti if his team feels like engaging in a team fight. The only thing that he has to be careful of is Renekton slow, Jarvan's EQ combo, which is Demonstian standard, and I think it was
Dragonlance.
Dragonlance, yeah. And Lee Sin's Dragon kick, whatever it's called.
Dragon kick.
Dragon kick. It's like a roundhouse kick. Who cares? Let's just call him Chuck Norris.
Anyway, regardless, all of these things can stop Shen from ulting. Of course, it doesn't mean that the shield stops. It just means that he doesn't show up to taunt anybody. I don't know. They may... Putting Jarvan mid seems like a better option as a way to get to Ziggs at level 2. But putting Jarvan against Shen, Jarvan's going to have an easier time than Renekton will. Because of Jarvan's passive.
Yeah, because of Jarvan's passive, it would make it a lot easier because he's able to poke down Shen a lot better. The only thing is, if Shen times his shield right from his W, then he can actually shield most of the damage that Jarvan can pull out on him. So it's going to be a hard matchup for both Renekton and Jarvan, no matter what. I mean, generally Renekton should still win against Shen, but it can go either way depending on how both players play.
Alright, so as we come into the game here, just coming into loading screen, I am just going to AFK really quickly, grab myself a glass of water, as I am play-by-play casting, which means I need to have not a dry throat. I'll be right back.
Alright, I have no idea if she's playing any music or anything else, because honestly I don't have the stream open back, I just have the chat going on. So I hope everybody's having a good night right now. If you're competing inside the draft night, as long as you're not part of this game, you're able to sit here and listen to the game if you want. If you're just watching the game to watch it, then what's up? Thanks for watching. Really enjoying you guys' company and all that. For right now, still loading in the game. Alright, and if you guys aren't aware of the matchup, pretty much the matchups are going to be in the top lane, it's going to be Renekton versus Shen. For mid lane, it's going to be Jarvan versus Ziggs. Inside the jungle will be Lee Sin versus Akali, and in the bot lane, it will be Caitlyn and Thresh versus Jinx and Lulu.
Alright, so I'm thinking... See, I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know who to predict to win this, Kenny.
I mean, right now, pretty much based off of team comps, it's a really close matchup for either side, mainly for the fact of blue side has pick potential as well as a possible assassin that can ruin those back lines. But she has a lot of tough people to break through, which would be Renekton, Jarvan, and Lee Sin. Like, she has to get through that front line without dying to get to that Jinx and to that Lulu. While if Thresh can manage to pull a hook onto Jinx, or maybe even Jarvan if he's built squishy, or even Lee Sin, he can pull one of those 3 targets. He can easily start an initiation. They just have to be careful because of the Lulu ulti. So in a sense, I would say purple side has the advantage, but I don't know. Honestly, it's really close on the other side.
I think the way I'm going to term it, in the early game, purple team has it near dead to rights. In the late game, I find that blue team has the stronger team, mostly because of Ziggs, Shen, and Akali if she gets fed enough.
Yeah, that's more than likely. They also have to watch out for drying out.
Remind me not to move my chat, or I'm not going to be able to find it when we go into a game afterwards.
You lost your chat? Which
remember
one,
when I moved?
Twitch chat?
Remember when I moved my chat in Spectator one time?
Oh, you did.
And then my chat in game for normals disappeared.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was fun.
That was annoying.
That was fun.
That
We had to
wasn't
sit there
fun.
and try and figure out where your chat went for a while. I think there's actually a button inside in game for you to actually be able to reset the overlay or reset UI.
So we see red team here setting up a line of scrimmage, just to determine where they're going to, just to make sure that they're not going to get invaded. But we have blue team wanting to go in for an invade. They have all of them there.
I mean, it's a really good idea to invade, mainly because you do have Thresh Hook and you also have Lee Sin taunt, or not Lee Sin, Shen taunt. So
here we go. Here we go.
Ziggs satchel charge.
Oh no, they split off. They're actually not going to pull any kills off from this at all, unless red team does something extremely silly. Candy wins.
Looks like they're.
Looks like they just walked in, said, "What's up?" and then walked out. Doesn't look like they're intending to stay. But it does look like red team's going to go right for that red buff. But Thresh is on his way.
Thresh needs to be a little bit careful on when he goes in.
The hook landing on a Jinx! He's going to go in, but there's nobody else there to follow up. Good hook. Unfortunately, there wasn't enough backup to help him out. Lee Sin deciding, I'm just going to go start up my blue.
I think that was just send a message saying, hey, I got a hook. You better start running. In all honesty, I mean, it was a good sense. Yeah, if you would have had some people to follow up, it would have been a lot better. But overall, it was still fine. I mean, they didn't burn anything. Nothing happened. It was just pretty much a love tap.
Honestly, of all of the champs he could have picked in the mid lane, he picks Jarvan.
Again, I'm not surprised. I mean, right now top lane, there's a little poking going around between Renekton and Shen. Renekton actually getting level 2 first.
Jarvan got level 2 before Ziggs and engaged. Well, not really engaged, but pseudo-engaged. But just nothing.
Yeah, Jarvan has that really strong all-in potential at level 2, kind of like Riven and Kha'Zix. Pretty much the reason being is because he deals a lot of early damage based off of his passive, and that EQ combo leaves you in the air for at least one more auto attack whenever it connects, and it also shreds your armor.
I was going to say we got a hook coming down, but then I realized he had hooked a minion.
But yeah, as I said, Jarvan really can engage. It's just, it wouldn't be a fun. It's really awkward trying to fight him whenever he's level 2 and you're not really prepared for it. Looking like right now everybody's just farming up their own stuff, little love taps here and there between all the lanes. And
Shen does
really
not
much.
have a point in his shield. Currently has 2 points in his Q.
I think what he's trying to do is get those points in that Q mainly to get that heal. Meanwhile,
We got an engage coming onto mid lane. Ziggs not having to flash, just using Satchel to knock them away and knock him safely to where he wants to be. Renekton actually coming in on Shen in the top lane. Nothing coming from it. Shen just kind of harassing back with Vorpal Blade. Shen does have a point in Feint now at level 4.
And the reason why he probably has that extra point at level 3.
Candywin's engaging onto Z Templar. Z Templar has flash available to him. Candywin's just waiting for it. The Ignite and Dragon Lance coming out, giving Candywin's first blood on Ziggs. Maybe we are gonna start seeing some Jarvan's mid to counter these Zig mids. I don't know. What are you thinking?
I feel like more this is a Candywin specialty. I don't think anybody's gonna copy it.
Candywin specialty.
Let's put it this way. I've seen Candywins pull out Jarvan mid multiple times. Like whenever we have our mess around games and all that stuff, I've seen them just pull it out and just go pretty much ham on anybody he goes against. So I mean, as I said, it's probably just Candywin's specialty. He went back and bought a lot of pots and a lot of wards, so.
So just as a an aside, I mean, can we take a look at the? Sorry, just had to pause there for a second. I thought there was going to be an engage happening there. Take a look at the farm differences between all of the lanes. Sorry, we got Lee Sin coming on the mid lane. We're going to switch back down to bot lane. Lots of action going down everywhere. Is that ward even in? Is that ward in bot lane even in the bush? Is it? Is it? Nope. It is not. That was a Scar ward from red team. Thankfully, just a trinket.
Trying to look for which ward you're talking about.
Bot lane.
Nope, found it.
Push. Found it.
Yeah, I see it. I found it.
Oh, Jarvan actually coming in with the ult. Ziggs actually flashing away from it. He's very low, and if he sticks around, that is going to be a Dragon Lance and another kill for Jarvan. Ziggs' best bet at this point, as much as he wants to stay to farm near his tower, may just be to back and get full up on his health.
It would be a good choice, but at the same exact time, I think he wants to try and back at level 6. He does have barrier though, so if he were to try and get dove by Jarvan, he would probably die, but he does have some method, because he does know the Jarvan ulti is down. If Jarvan tries to dive, he can pop barrier and try satchel charge back and away while Jarvan is taking tower aggro.
So as a note, we see a pink ward coming out here, I believe from Candywin's. I did see that pink ward in his inventory earlier. That pink ward coming out into that river bush. I'm just going to kind of let direct the camera take me back the way it wants to go. Sorry, I like to move around a little bit here, guys, as you can tell. We got Lee Sin coming in for a gank in the bot lane, though. This may prove to be a problem for Box of Happy. Shen ulting in. They're going to turn and fight this. They just want to fight this. Flash and barrier burned on Jinx. Lee Sin missing the Q. Sorry, I don't even think he threw anything out. I think it was just a Ziggs ult coming in. Shield coming out of Jinx from Lulu. They are looking to assist in any way they can from red team, but Jarvan actually going to jump in onto Ziggs. That barrier we're talking about proving to be quite effective. Jarvan may not get away from this, from the red buff from Akali, actually going to be taken out by the satchel charge from Ziggs. Shen diving in for that kill onto Jinx. And now it is a 3v2 if Shen decides to stay. With Lulu quite low, they could actually turn this into something, but Box of Happy is rather low as well, and this could be... Now, we just see Shen teleporting top to end that engage out. 1 for 1, we had 1 death in the mid lane, 1 death in the bot lane. 1 for 1, I think it was worth.
It depends, because if you're looking at it, bot side, Caitlyn still has her flash, along with Thresh, and Thresh still has his exhaust. The things that were burned for blue side were pretty much Shen's ulti.
Sorry, we got Akali coming in here on the top lane. Whoa, that was a very long range dash. Renekton trying to get out of this. He does have Dominus available to him. Why is he turning around on this? That is not a good idea, sir. You are going to get taunted by Shen. Akali will be coming back in on this. She probably will jump. Sorry. Jarvan actually coming in the mid lane here, proving to be the dominant one here in the mid lane. Dragonlance coming out to pick up the Ziggs, who stayed perhaps just a little bit too long. Now, we may see the exact same thing happening up here with the Renekton, who is desperately trying to get away. No pink wards to reveal that the image from Soul Shroud. And we do have Caitlyn picking up the Jinx, who was down bot lane by herself. Candywin's looking to pick up this double buff. Not sure if he's actually going to get it. Oh, the flash over the wall from Akali. Jarvan does have flash available, choosing wisely not to bust it at this time. Akali getting away with just a flash burn. Wow.
That
as you were saying.
Well, pretty much during that last fight bot lane, there was hardly anything burned for the blue side, because all that was burned was the Shen TP alongside the, well, Caitlyn barrier. The things that were burned on red side were pretty much Lulu's flash, her exhaust, Caitlyn's flash, or not Caitlyn, Jinx's flash, and barrier. So, I mean, they burned a lot of summoners for pretty much, like, nothing, in my opinion.
To lose a kill.
It was, yeah. So,
and mid lane, Candywin's have chosen quite smartly to not flash. He still has it available to him.
Yep.
So, I mean, maybe it was a little bit more worth on the blue side. Sorry, on the blue side's favor, I guess is what I wanted to say.
Yep.
Well, that was actually a 2-for-0 fight for them. Jinx actually getting caught by Thresh. Flay slowing him down. Getting actually caught by the edge of the box. Piltover Peacemaker coming up, but the the dash save from Lee Sin coming by just in time to save Jinx. They are probably going to be diving this bot lane. Akali is there. This will be bot tower, if not 2 kills. Lee Sin and Jinx may just be overstaying this. Renekton deciding to dive in on Shen, proving that Ignite is going to be his best friend as he gets out of that with Slice and Dice. Jarvan actually coming around in the mid lane and just going on this Ziggs without a care in the world. He knows Akali is coming and he is trying to get out. Jinx ult actually coming through to give him a hand, but the the Akali burst proving to be too strong. Lee Sin picking up the Lee Sin picking up the Ziggs with the dragon kick, and Thresh showing up to make sure that Lee Sin does not get away. Oh my good lord, the engages from these teams! So fast.
Please. Whenever you guys have engages like that, make sure there's a time interval in between, and
so that I can breathe.
Everything happen at once. Because you're gonna make me have to start taking.
So we have Renekton diving, trying to get this tower, as opposed to diving Shen, and that is one of the biggest problems about fighting Shen in the top lane. He can taunt you under tower as you are trying to take his tower. Oh, the hook coming down to Lulu from Thresh, wisely choosing not to go in. He would have been completely alone.
He's just sending a message saying, "Hey Puns, I got your Thresh. What you gonna do about it?"
Now, let's not put words into Jay's mouth here, okay? Let's not put words into Jay's mouth. Although Jay is doing a very good job on Thresh. Thank you for teaching him that. Well, between you and X Special.
Yo, X Special don't know how to play Thresh. Wait.
Mad Life, my bad. Mad Life.
There we go, much better. So right now, looks like everything is calming down quite a bit on the map. Right now, there is a 1.6k goal difference currently in favor of the blue side. Basically, it's 1-to-1 to turrets, and right now, 1 dragon has gone over to blue side. That's pretty much what's making up the goal difference at the moment. The CS difference, though, between bot lane is right now 20. Meanwhile, engaged.
So we have Ziggs coming down hard, flashing out, actually. Lee Sin picking that up. The shield from Shen proving to be not quite enough. These engages are happening so fast. I honestly cannot talk that fast. I cannot. I am trying. but I cannot talk that fast. Not without losing what I want to articulate. My brain works too fast for that.
It's fine.
I am trying my best here, guys. So the Tiamat pickups, I can understand from Jarvan, Tiamat pickup. I mean, that makes sense to me. I do believe that is a DC from Renekton, and they are just gonna go in on it. Such BM.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Where's the pause? Where's the pause?
Where's the pause?
There we go.
Okay, so there's the DC, and there's the pause. Excellent. As soon as they realized, I am very, you know what? Shout out to Kitty Cow and Epicadin for realizing that he had DC'd. Really good job, guys. Super sportsmanlike of you. Super proud of the DWAI members right now.
If you wouldn't have done it, then we would have called you guys BM for the rest of the night.
Yep. And forevermore.
Yeah, until we feel like otherwise.
Exactly. Now, that being said, that's not how we would have actually done it. But, you know, when people DC guys, don't be... Oh, Candywin's actually getting hooked by I almost called him X Special. Candywin's getting hooked by the Thresh. They put down a fair bit of damage onto him, but it just wasn't enough as he was able to EQ out of there.
Is that Mad Life Jr. in the house?
I think that might be the young Mad Life. We got Akali coming in for another visit in the top lane. With that red buff, Dominus being popped, and he is just going on the Shen, knowing that he can take him down. All the while, Akali is just trying to kill him before he kills Shen. Is actually successful in that endeavor, as Shen somehow managed to... Well, he would outrun him. They've both got tier 1 boots, and Shen, I believe, has a higher base movement speed. Jinx just solo farming that bot lane while they push down this mid lane.
Actually, no, Renekton has the higher base movement.
Oh, does he?
Renekton is right now at... Yeah, Renekton's at 370 and Shen is at 360.
Oh, it must have been the red buff then, from Akali.
Yep, it was the red buff from Akali. But yeah, I mean, in general, Renekton easily wins against Shen, mainly because his E does give armor shred, and he has a lot more sustain than Shen, a more reliable sustain than Shen does. Because Shen, you have to actually make sure that you last hit with it.
No, you don't.
If you aren't... Well, it heals off auto attack, but you get more heal off of the last hit for it if you proc your Keyblade on it.
I would disagree with you.
Last time... That's what I believe. Let me check. Killing an enemy with Vorpal Blade recovers 16 out of 10. Yeah, that was my fault.
Yeah, no. You get more if you put it on and then auto attack it, because it heals you over time as opposed to healing you instantly.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I used to play a lot of Shen. I'm pretty sure that's not how it works.
I mean, pretty much what I used to do was I made sure my Keyblade proc was on it, mainly because apparently whenever I got the last hit, it did heal me over time. And I don't know, it's been a while since I played Shen, so I wasn't sure.
I used to play Shen support, so knowing that was actually really important, especially for my ADs. Anyway, so lots of pings coming out. They want to kill this Renekton yet again. Oh, the slice and dice through the thicker part of the wall, not proven to be the right way to do it. Losing Akali in the vision. Oh, actually putting down a pink ward in the shroud. Oh, we're doing engage coming down bot lane. Lee Sin is just gonna chase down Thresh, getting hooked by Death Sentence. Zap not anywhere near, but we do see. Oh, the Q is gonna land. The execute coming down from the second Q, kicking Caitlyn away. Shen ult, and she is just going to keep picking away at the Lee Sin, who is now just desperately trying to get out. Puns of damage also trying to get out, but Filter for Peacemaker will pick up the puns of damage. I do believe had Jinx actually followed up with that correctly, they may have actually come out on top.
They definitely would have come out on top. I mean, if Jinx would have come in there and just kept the auto attack harass going on, she definitely would have added a lot more extra damage, and Lee Sin could have probably turned in after Lulu had ultied and just re-engaged into the fight, because he does grant that
even with the threat from Shen.
Yeah, even with that threat. because we have to remember the second part of Lee Sin's E does give a movement speed debuff, but also lowers the attack speed of anybody who's hit with it.
We aren't gonna see Jungle Akali as a thing, are we?
Honestly, not really. I mean, it's more of a mess around thing. I mean, I've done it a few times, and I like it a lot.
Because this Jungle Akali's 4-0 with 112 CS. Oh, Thresh actually getting caught out here by Jarvan. The auto attack canceled, but the Cataclysm coming down, and he just delayed the inevitable with the death sentence onto Jarvan. They are looking to take this dragon. They want this dragon. Pun's just trying to poke them out, getting slowed down by the Ziggs. They are trying to get this dragon. They want this dragon. And they got it! Oh, well done, Lulu! Well done, Lulu! Unfortunately, Candywin's unable to be melted. Melted is what I'm going to go with. Well played by Akali. Even though you lost dragon, you did pick up 2, plus giving that blue buff to the Caitlyn as opposed to maybe giving it to the Ziggs. Okay.
I think maybe
might have been an accident.
I think they were just trying to rush that to make sure nobody could try and steal it. And it feels like we have a little shout out going on.
No, I'm actually being told that my mic's a bit loud.
Yeah. I don't know for sure.
Oh, we are actually getting an engage here coming from Thresh onto the Renekton, but Renekton's just going to flash right in onto Caitlyn and get melted by the Akali, who's just going to proceed to rip through the enemy line, but is stuck under tower from Lee Sin and Jarvan. Thresh diving in and is now trying to 1v1 the Jinx. You are not Taric. I am sorry, X-Crying Soul. You are not Taric. Jarvan diving in for the Caitlyn and picking her up. Just give me 1 second, guys. The game will freeze as I lower my mic volume. Hopefully that is better for you guys and not so hard on the ears.
Candywins was busy chasing after Ziggs. I think he's out for blood for all the times that everybody's camped him.
I think so as well. Actually, as an aside, I think this is the first time in the 7 or whatever many that he has played in that he didn't get camped, all while Lee Sin gets melted because of Akali, and she picks up double kill and will go on Jinx now and likely pick her up as there we go. As on kills, she does get refreshes on her stacks of dashes.
Yeah, Akali's scary. Just throwing that out there. There's probably a reason why. That's probably the primary reason why Voyboy decided, hey, Akali's broken. I'm gonna use her in solo queue.
In solo queue, Voyboy played her in the LCS.
Yeah, I know. That's the other thing. Like, originally in Season 1, Voyboy had actually carried himself all the way to what would be declared
So they're diving in on this Renekton now, who does not have dominance available to him. Not just yet, it is almost up. And they are choosing to wisely get out as both Candywins and Symbolic are both up.
But yeah, as I was saying, during Season 1, Voyboy had actually carried himself all the way to what we would consider diamonds with just Akali. Like, that's how much he enjoyed playing her. And pretty much what
they are just waiting for Candywins, who manages to just barely get out, but is picked up by the Piltover Peacemaker, and they are just trying to throw that Akali around like a ping pong ball. Unfortunately, not able to do that. Dominus coming out, and he is diving in onto the Caitlyn, and Caitlyn is going to be able to pick up a double kill. We do have just Jinx and Lulu left. I am going to toss this on as we do see 3 of the red team down. That is a clean 3-for-0 right now. Nobody has died. Jinx now taken quite low in this fight. But let's just remember, was that supposed to hurt? As Jinx would say, we do see them just desperately trying to defend these towers. Look at the wards! Kenny, look at the wards from red team!
They have beautiful vision control, but right now, those wards ain't doing much. In all honesty, they're so far behind. Like, it's good that they're keeping vision control because they're pretty much aware of where their entire team is, but because of them being so far behind right now between their lane counterparts, they're just getting stomped. Like, the only person right now who's ahead of his or her opposite laner is right now Jarvan the Ziggs by about 1k. So, I mean, right now, this is completely in the favor of blue side.
Renekton is ahead of Shen.
What? Oh, yeah. By 100. I mean, that's not that far ahead, but it's enough. I mean, that's true. Why is that? I was looking at the screen and, like, completely forgot about that. Then again, most of the goal difference is because of Akali sitting right now at
11k?
Jeez. 11k right now.
She's sitting on 11k right now. She is so far ahead of everybody.
Friends, this is why you don't like assassins inside the jungle. This is why you don't like Kha'Zix in the jungle. This is why you don't like Akali in the jungle. This is why you don't like anybody in the jungle.
Now, to be honest, had they picked a champ other than Lee Sin with a better invade potential against an Akali, say like a Vi or an Elise, this may have gone quite differently.
You could have actually thrown Udyr into that list as well and
well,
just fine.
Can you tell I'm not a jungler? I don't know these. I know Vi and Elise, because those are the only two I play. Lulu jumping in, but we got Jarvan coming in behind her. Shen is gonna ult, and the Caitlyn X trapped in the Cataclysm! Shen coming in with the taunt, and Caitlyn is just gonna clean that up, but Jinx is gonna pick up the kill on Caitlyn, and Renekton is just trying to tear them apart. Actually gonna get taken down with help from Lee Sin there with the Akali, or not Lee Sin, wow, with Shen with the Akali, actually stopped, or slowed down by the zap from Jinx, and they are just going to look to take this out. Shen almost picking up that ward. Jinx is just trying to live, but she is going to get taunted by the Shen, and she is going to get slowed. Shen does have red buff, and Akali's just going to jump right in and take Jinx out to dinner. Oh no, Z Templar is actually taking tower. He's gonna fall upon the damage, and Lee Sin at this point is just trying to get away. He is going to safeguard away to the minions and just get out. But he is coming around the side here. He's looking to re-engage. This Jarvan is back up, and I can just hear Jay yelling, "Click the flippin' lantern!" Oh my god. That is like the third or fourth lantern I've seen him throw out, and nobody is clicked on.
Now this is shady. They do not want to be doing this. Like they have
not
no idea
with Jarvan and Lee Sin coming down. Caitlyn's there. No, they're gonna back off. They don't. Oh, Jarvan actually gonna get hooked by the Thresh. Thresh diving in, and is the box coming up? No, box is not available to him. Caitlyn going right, and Caitlyn and Akali going right in on Lulu. They are just gonna pick off the Jarvan. Caitlyn coming in for the Jinx, showing that the hooks, showing that the hooks are vastly superior. Renekton is just trying to get out right now. Akali is waiting on her stacks. Shen, the taunt actually avoided by the flash. Akali jumping over. She wants this Renekton. She wants to get him dead. I don't know. Oh no, she will catch him. She is faster than him. Slowed down by Gunblade. Renekton stunning to try and get out. But Shen is going to meet in there. Taunted. Pulled back around tower. Dominus is popped. They are just going to try and kill this Akali. Not actually going to manage to do it. Lee Sin attempting to do something with nothing available to him. They are just going to focus on inhibitor, take it, and hopefully get out.
Shen, what were you doing inside their base while your team was taking a turret and inhib?
Obviously helping the Akali kill the Renekton. Duh.
The sneaky Shen is the deadliest Shen.
If light's so fast, how come it hasn't caught a ninja? Oh, the well-placed satchel charge coming out. Jarvan actually coming out, trying to pick up the Thresh. Lulu actually picking it up instead. Traps coming down. Oh no! The ice ball picking up not just Jinx, but they all picking up Lulu. That pink ward is gonna go down. This may actually just be a Baron for blue team, although if Baron does... Oh, she actually gets to jump right in onto the Lee Sin. Shen ulting into Akali, proving that the shield is quite enough to be able to help the team. Box of Happy just looks quite content to try and solo this Baron. With Renekton coming right in to try and pick her up. She does look quite tasty to a Renekton who's just, I'm pretty fed, but he is actually just going to get taken down from the Sunfire Cape and the auto attacks from Caitlyn and Ziggs. They are playing this quite well. Akali is healing like crazy between Gunblade and the Spirit of the Spectral Wraith? Is that what that's called?
Yes, it is. It's the Spirit of the Spectral Wraith. The main reason being is because right now what Spirit of the Spectral Wraith does is it has that ability called, wow, why is that like out there? Pretty much it does have the Butcher passive, which does allow her to get back 30% of the damage she deals back as health and 4% as mana.
I'm a little bit more disappointed in blue team.
Honestly,
They're
really
counter jungling themselves at this point. Like, why leave a minion? They can't leave their base.
Because YOLO. Even though they own the entire jungle, I think what they're trying to do is say, oh hey, we end up taking your buff, so yeah, you guys are gonna have a bit more XP, a bit less XP to deal with. But guess what? We still are pretty much just roaming around, not allowing you to exit your base. The thing that blue side really needs to be careful of is not drawing this game out much longer. What they need to do is actually group up and start closing out by taking like bot turret or start
just
taking top,
grouping mid and take the Nexus towers. Since
or just go
it's
ahead and
quite apparent that red team cannot fight them.
Yeah, they can't fight them, but I think what they're trying to be as safe as possible, and then next thing I know, I see Box of Happies throwing out Ace in the hole.
Hey, Ace in the hole, more useful as a harass at this point than anything else. Honestly, I don't even use it to snipe people anymore because it's so illogical to try and snipe people with Caitlyn ults anymore because everybody can get in the way of it. Like, everybody has some way of getting in the way of it.
So yeah.
So I think this might be game.
Off the face of the earth.
Yeah, she just got deleted. Oh, actually getting hooked onto Lulu. Taunt coming out. Lots of damage coming onto Lulu as they just say, hi, what's up? We are taking your base. Another hook coming down onto Renekton, choosing not to go into on this time as Renekton is actually quite beefy. I don't know. What are you doing, Shen? Shen, please. Hook coming down onto Lee Sin, but they're choosing to jump in on it. Candywin's actually getting exploded off of this map. Ult coming out. Kali picking up the double kill. Pulled off of platform by Thresh. And that is game for the Dictators.
Wow.
Wow.